now one of the longest running music video programs in Western New York. Now in its 12th season, DC, Maryland, Atlanta, Detroit. Via cable access, along with the World Wide Web, Apollo3.com/DAllen2. Sit back and dance to the latest videos in Western New York and the U.S. The David Allen Show. Now meet the man lighting up the airwaves, David Allen.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the David Allen Show. I'm David Allen. In the studio with me this week, I have the 3 to Go Music Alliance in the studio. We're going to talk about the music industry and what you need to know and what the process is so you can make sure you get your money. All right. Let me start off by introducing the panel. Ron, introduce yourself.
Sure. I'm Ron Walker. Hopefully you know me from the Exotics, but since then, E-Life 7. I also have a music publishing company called 3 to Go Music, not to be confused with 3 to Go Music Alliance, and also a production company called RW Music Video Productions. Been doing this for a little over 30 years.
Okay.
I'm the baby of the group, but I've been doing this now for about, 8 years now? 10 years? About 10 years professionally. About 6 years ago, I started the Melissa Kate Productions company, which is live performance, music production, music publishing. I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, theater actress, and I do a lot of work in the arts and education and teaching artist realm. So any of our educational workshops, Van as well, we've been heading those up.
Okay.
Being part of the Alliance has been an amazing boost
Okay.
to all of the work that we're doing. So I'm not working in isolation anymore. Now we have 3 experienced minds coming at it from different angles. And so we've been able to really enhance our own individual work within the music industry.
Alliance. Okay, great. Now, this guy here that I'm going to introduce now, we go back, I want to say like almost 1980 something or other.
Something like that.
Mr. Van Taylor. We go back to the days when City Rhythm was happening here in Buffalo, and we did some phenomenal things down there. So, Mr. Van Taylor, go ahead and elaborate on.
Well, sure. First, I have a production company called Van Taylor Productions, and my long-term initiative and mission has been entertaining our troops. And with that, Taylor Made Jazz has covered the globe and introduced a lot of musicians to on a global level to more than just being on a regular stage, but on more of a global stage.
Global stage, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then not just limiting ourselves to one particular genre or venue, but to entertain international audiences
As well, okay.
And also a mission to help and support people.
Okay.
And that's been our long-term mission. And coming together with 3 to Go Alliance, Music Alliance, has opened up greater opportunities, bringing in more groups, E-Life 7, Melissa Cates Group, and if we have to go back in time, which from time to time we do, the Exotics and other members across the board,
Okay.
and all of our music, so stuff that we own
Okay.
and put out there.
All right.
And so from that standpoint, it gives us a great opportunity to distribute our stuff, our music, our publications on a global level.
Before we really get into this, what are the most asked questions that people, when they come to the seminar, what are the most asked questions from, I'll say the first 5?
That's interesting. I would say the one we get most is, how do I get paid? that's number
Okay.
1 on the list.
Okay.
Number 2, I think, is, how do I get my stuff to a record company?
Okay.
What does a record company do? You know, that kind of thing. I don't know, Melissa.
Well,
if you
a lot of
ever
people
taken
have
that.
the idea in their head of the old model, and as much as we've all loved diving into some of the new technology and the opportunities that offers, we still have in our heads that we're going to put our music out there, get discovered, whatever that means,
Right.
and like Justin Bieber, and we're going to become famous, and we're
Famous.
going to make a lot of money. And not knowing the history and not knowing that a lot of the artists whose names that we know, a lot of the artists that we celebrate going back in history, they didn't make any money
No, right,
for a long,
right,
long
right.
time. It could be 40 years before some of them saw a check come around. So understanding a little bit of the construct of the history of how record labels work and how they do discover and how they bring up new artists and how we're doing it now and how artists are going through a whole different artist development and how those of us who are in a position to produce and publish music, how we have to take the extra initiative to then raise these artists with this new understanding of how it works, because the record labels are no longer really doing that.
Yeah.